Have you ever watched one's person pride almost destroy an entire household? And then someone else had to step in with wisdom, humility, and kindness and stop disaster before it happened? Welcome back for another devotional reading. We are so grateful you are here with us as we continue to journey through the book Christ Triumphant. Our topic for today is kindness overcomes selfishness. And our scripture comes from 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 19. And it reads, And she said unto her servants, Go on before me, behold, I will come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. Let us begin the reading. The Lord would have the wife render respect unto her husband, but always as it is fit in the Lord. In the character of Abigail, the wife of Nabal, we have an illustration of womanhood after the order of Christ. While our husband illustrates what a man may become who yields himself to the control of Satan. You see, when David was a fugitive from the face of Saul, he had camped near the possessions of Nabal and had protected the flocks and the shepherds of this man from all depredation while in Carmel. In a time of need, David sent messengers to Nabal with a courtesy message, asking for food for himself and his men. And Nabal answered with insolence, returning evil for good and refusing to share his abundance with his neighbors. You see, Nabal accused David and his men falsely in order to justify himself in his selfishness and represented David and his followers as runaway slaves. So, one of the young men in the employ of Nabal, fearing that evil results would follow Nabal's insolence, came and stated the case to Nabal's wife, knowing that she had a different spirit from her husband and was a woman of great discretion. He set forth the true character of Nabal as he presented the difficulties to her, saying, Know, therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do. For evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Baal that a man cannot speak to him. Abigail saw that something must be done to avert the result of Nabal's fault, and that she must take the responsibility of acting immediately without the counsel of her husband. She knew that it would be useless to speak to him, for he would receive her proposition only with abuse and contempt. He would remind her that he was the Lord of his household, that she was his wife and therefore in subjection to him and must do as he should dictate. Moreover, she gathered together such stores as she thought best to conciliate the wrath of David, for she knew he was determined to avenge himself for the insult he had received. Abigail's course in this matter was one that God approved, and the circumstance revealed in her a noble spirit and character. Abigail met David with respect, showing him honor and deference, and pleaded her cause eloquently and successfully. While not excusing her husband's insolence, she still pleaded for his life. She also revealed the fact that she was not only a discreet woman, but a godly woman acquainted with the works and ways of God in David. Now that's the end of today's reading. And what a remarkable account of wisdom, courage, and grace under pressure. Now, Abigail was in an impossible situation, wouldn't you say? Her husband's selfishness and cruelty had put the entire household in danger. and he was too proud and foolish to see. She could not reason with him. She could not wait for someone else to step in. She had to act quickly, wisely, and without permission. Now, what makes her example so powerful is not just what she did, but how she did it. She did not dishonor her husband publicly. She did not act out of bitterness or revenge. She moved with discretion, humility, and a deep awareness of God's purpose in the situation. She met David's anger with kindness and wisdom, and in doing so, she saved lives, including the life of the man who had caused the problem in the first place. So you see, sometimes God places us in situations where we are the only one who can act. The person who caused the crisis will not fix it, and waiting may cost everything. In those moments, it takes more than courage. It takes the kind of wisdom that comes only from walking with God. So, as you listen to the hymn of meditation, may God give us the spirit of Abigail, the wisdom to act, the grace to show kindness, and the courage to do what is right, even when it is not easy.